That's one way of thinking about it. Dang. You make a compelling argument. Vice Guy, thank you for the prize up for 24 months. Kitty dogs, you can have them, you can take them. And the ground beef badge too. I hope you mean the Hellstone badge and not the meteorite one. Because they're both kind of ground beefy, it's just one is more cooked than the other.
Showing how many months we've been subbed for.
Oh, they even tuned for 13 months. You can have them. You can have them. You can have them. Thank you a lot.
Hi, HEC.
Actually, they tuned for 28 months. You can also have them. You can also take them. Everyone could freaking have them and take them at this point. Good lord. Jeez. Gosh. Jeez. Gosh. Jeez.
15 months I hadn't planned to stay this long, but boy am I glad. ID.you all are pretty great to be around. Hectic love, hectic train.
Yeah, they've been friend for 15 months. Your dogs, you can also have them, and you can also freaking dang take them. For goodness gumdrop's sake. Epic. Epic, sweet, and cool. Those of you who were here earlier, I'm gonna wait a teensy bit to get into anything at all. Just so people can show up. One thing I will tell you is that I am not hitting the left arrow key right now. I have not been hitting the left arrow key at all for the last 16 hours, but it sure has been hitting itself. So Depop, I think that finally did it, yeah. I'm assuming. This keyboard is like 4 years old at this point. So that's oh, that's the update. Yep, that's the whole stream. We're done here. Goodbye. This is the entire update. No, I already bought a replacement. It should get here tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, I figured I'd leave the key display on just so you can kind of watch it doing that, because it doesn't stop. It just keeps doing it. And I actually kind of scared myself too, and I'm a little embarrassed about this, because I was like checking Task Manager just to make sure it wasn't like something I downloaded or something stupid. I don't know how I could have ever gotten something that would do something as stupid as hitting the left arrow key a bunch, and I was like, maybe. And I noticed that it would never do it while I was in Task Manager, and that's actually not true. It's just that no board stops visualizing it. And so I was really confused why it was always not happening in Task Manager. Because it's so quiet. Well, at one point I did take off the keycap to look at it. And the, like, switch looks fine. It's just clearly not. And I kind of just took it as an opportunity to be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get a new keyboard. Because this thing is old. It's 4 years old. I have been hitting these keys for 4 years. That's a really long time. This keyboard is also white. And God, I really love the aesthetic of it, but white gets dirty. White gets very dirty. And like any time it gets dirty, you immediately see it. So yeah, I would like to I wish it could stay white. It's just not really realistic when your fingers are dirt magnets. Peptic Birch, thank you for the prime for 3 months. Cute dogs, you can have them, you can take them, and a lead badge. That's crazy. You got one. It's it'll be next to your name. Wow. I'll have to update my keyboard command, though. That's one thing. So yeah, anyway, just a heads up. Originally, I was intending to do the update stream and then, like, play Spelunky. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. Been a long time since you hear this music. I think it's way too quiet right now. Which, to be fair, if I open Windows Media Player and open the volume window, it immediately mutes itself for some reason. Can't imagine why. Go about there. And then push it down a bit. Nope, too far. Nope, you muted it. A little further. Nope. Good, good, good. Thank you, left arrow key. Say thank you for the tier 1 for 29 months. You can take up that so take that one to court. Just play Spelunky with the left arrow key being bad. Can't imagine that going wrong at all. Hey, Dio. Been a whittle biddle. I'm gonna wait like 15 minutes. That's how long people get to try and show up. So you're just gonna have to sit here and listen to me talk about nothing. Things have been busy for quite a few people. It's almost like the world is constantly asking us to do stuff. That'd be weird, though. Woo! Yeesh. 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 Blah, blah, blah. Good golly gosh. I really do hope my keyboard gets here tomorrow, though, because if I don't, like, I'm screwed. I just won't be able to, like, stream anything. This is not something I can just get past, like... No! You can't just keep doing that! You're making this very hard. On Derek Hughes' playstyle, oh my god. Xana's charity stream? What a powerhouse. 10K. And he was gonna do a $500 goal. It was adorable. $6 months and nothing bad has happened yet. I already bought my new keyboard, so. I just went with the same brand and a slightly newer design. Because I pretty much just want the same exact thing. Like, I'm so accustomed to this keyboard, I have literally zero complaints about it, right? Other than now it's broken. 4 years later, right? Because I spilled something on it. Yeah, no. So, I looked through the keyboards and there were a lot of options, but I only found one that was like really similar to this one. And so I just went with that. Yeah, no, the stream was really good. I selfishly really enjoyed it because Derek talked about me a few times and I was like, oh my god, I'm real. I exist. Holy smokes. And god, there were a lot of very cute clips from that little stream. Watching Derek play Spelunky 2 is an absolute riot. TikTok, is that one of your animated emotes? Oh no, it doesn't appear to be. 2 angry gamers. Dang. God, FTL soundtrack is so good. I kind of wanted to play FTL a little bit, but I felt bad because the reason I wanted to play FTL is that Northern Lion is playing FTL, and I really don't want to be another Northern Lion clone. It's really not high on my list. It is fun. I do like FTL. And I am better than Northern Lion, but I also just, there's so many people that just copy what he does, and I don't want to be another one of that group. We'll see. I mean, you can still check the VOD, Mello. It is worth the watch. That's for darn sure. I actually wanted to, I wanted to like show some of those clips today, but everything is a question mark when you are randomly pressing the left arrow key repeatedly. Like, there are so many things that just don't work. Doesn't have 1 mil yet? Well, now he's doing mostly Twitch stuff, right? That's where he's getting big. NL has reached the Twitch equivalent of 1 million subs on YouTube. But yeah, he was always he doesn't do the stuff to get the big numbers, which is good, because that would be weird. I mean, he could do it, I think he has found his stride. I wrote up some notes. I wrote them up on my phone for reasons that I don't think I need to explain because they're still happening on screen and flashing every few seconds. But I did make some notes. I wrote them. Ugh. I can't get to everything because I don't have the memory to talk about everything ever, which is also why after I'm done talking about stuff, you guys can ask me questions and I will prompt you to ask me questions. And then you can be like, why is this just you talking about how bad you are? And I'll be like, because it's an update and this is my channel. What did you expect? And then you'll be like, unfollowed. Although I will probably not allow questions for the first segment because that's just gonna be me talking about me. And I don't want you all being like, so can we date? And then I have to explain to you what parasociality is, and then this just gets awkward for all of us. Can't date 150 people at once? No, I don't know. My limit's 143. I've been practicing. That sounds so bad. So it keeps getting hit. Tic tac, tick 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 tac tac, tick 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 tac. Dial even pride for 2 months. Cutie your dogs, you can take them, and next month you'll have a lead badge, or you have a lead badge. You could get it or not. Those are the options. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. If people are not here, they don't care, and that's fine. They're allowed to not care. I expected like 8 people to show up and be like, so you're gonna play something after, right? I just have to sit through this. Okay. Hi, my name is Hectique. Thanks for coming to the update. That was it. I just thought I'd remind you what my name is. No. So, a lot of you are probably aware. I have horrible depression and anxiety problems. That's lame. However, a lot of you are probably aware of these bad boys. I've been taking them for How long has it been? Either a month and a half or 2 months and a half. I don't remember which one because I have a bad memory. They have been helpful. I have been enjoying them. Well, I don't really enjoy them. I just kind of eat them and then they do stuff that I don't understand. So that's pretty sick, and that has been helping, and that is going to continue to theoretically help me not feel like garbage. It's not citalopram. I did citalopram a long time ago, and it was really bad. This one is sertraline, sometimes known as Zoloft. And yeah, that's been helping me a lot, so that's pretty cool. Makes it easier for me to not be horribly depressed all the time, which is a step in the right direction. So I'm going to keep ingesting these pills, which miraculously cost me like no money. Every time I go, the first time I went, it cost me $1, and then the other 2 times I went, it cost me no dollars, and it's been really confusing because I live in America. I thought I was supposed to. I thought it. What? I don't know how that happens, but it's happening, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I've been sorting through that. Now, there is something else that has come to my attention, which is that even though I'm not horribly depressed all the time, I have noticed that I am still horrible at doing certain things that I figured would be super, like, not hard to do after I saw it. Like, for example, that's a pile of trash. It's to my right. That's where I keep my pile of trash. It's not the whole room. It's not that bad. I did clean up like a month ago. That's a thing. And you know what else is a thing? Stuff that's related to the stream that I haven't done for a very long time. I always blame that on Depresso garbage, but now I am not Depresso garbage. What's the deal? I'm going to preface this by saying I don't know, because I still don't know, but I have a hunch. I have a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. I think I might have ADHD, which I know this is the part where you laugh, right? Like, what? You? No. Hectic? No, I don't buy it for a second. Yeah. In particular, it's tough to describe. So the thing that I noticed basically in the last month or two, because I've been paying attention now that I'm not murderously depressed, is that there are things that should be menial and have good outcomes that I am excited to do. For example, getting a cat, right? I've talked about getting a cat for a long time. I still have a cat tree in a box under the trash that I just smacked, right? It's an outcome that I want. It's not particularly hard to do, but I haven't done it. And I got so confused about that because then, like a week ago, I sat down and just decided, okay, I'm gonna spend 2 hours just cutting and splitting video clips together to make a world record comparison. And then I'm gonna do it again. And then I'm gonna do that for Olmec fights. And then I'm gonna do that for a bunch of graphs that everyone hates, right? And I was like, this is really dumb because I can sit down for hours and do what is effectively the same thing over and over and over and over again. Just because it's a Spelunky video. But then, when I then turn around and I'm like, there's a bit of trash in here and it would be good to clean up, then I don't do it. And I believe that the reason why, I don't know if it's ADHD specifically, but it's something like ADHD, where I have the capacity to do things that are either novel or interesting or necessary, right? But then when the things don't check those boxes, my brain's just kind of like gone, right? So that's bad news, but the good news is, if it is ADHD, that's the greatest thing of all time. Well, it's either, so this is a case of, the field of psychology being ever-changing, Landy, I think ADD doesn't exist anymore. I think it's actually just ADHD attentive and ADHD inattentive. I don't know. It changes like every year. So I just use ADHD to avoid any specificity. Because I don't get it. I don't know. It changes so often. Like ADD existed, and then it doesn't exist, and now it's two ADHDs. Anyway. I don't know the specifics because I haven't talked to my psychiatrist about it yet. That's gonna happen in August for me. And once I get through those specifics, hopefully I'll have more specifics. But for now, it might not even be either. It seems like it. Should I say this year one for 12 months? Security dogs, you can have them, you take them. Purple. Purple. Purple badge, you can have it. Sweet. Yeah, so that's a thing. If it is ADHD, awesome. That's fantastic, because then I can just get Adderall or something. And then I can just add another little magic pill to my rotation, and then that will theoretically help. And if it can help, even a teeny tiny bit, that's sweet as hell. But even disregarding that, I'm already trying to figure out how to kick a lot of these things down, because it's also gotten in the way of things relating to the stream. Like I said, the cat thing was stream related. I want to do a cat cam for just fun, right? And then cooking streams, I think, are like hitting their 2-year anniversary of when I promised them. So I'm horrible. And also pink hair, but the pink hair thing did get owned by the fact that there was a global pandemic. Now I'm immortal. It should have set in about now. So I can actually go to a hair salon, which is pretty sweet. So that'll happen at some point, but I'm gonna learn my lesson and say, I don't know when they'll happen. I just know that they are still on the agenda, and I do want to do them soon, but I know that I'm bad about soon, so I'm not gonna say soon, okay? I'm gonna say eventually. So that's cool. I do have a good chunk of stuff going on personally in the next, I don't know, year. Let's just say year, because it's gonna keep happening. So that's probably gonna be a little disruptive for like stream, YouTube, Discord, Patreon, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to try and balance them, but just keep in mind that I do have other stuff going on behind the scenes that you don't get to know about, because it's boring as hell. You wouldn't even want to know. The fun stuff you'll find out because I'll want to talk about it. But there's a lot of dumb garbage like credit and purchasing the place that I live in, and I don't know, freaking insurance or something. Dumb stuff. Average, thank you for this year for 4 months. Cute dogs. You can have them. You can take them. Thank you a lot. So that's the thing. Beyond that, not much else matters about me. Because those are the big things. Basically, I'm doing pretty alright. You shouldn't see a random hyper-depressed stream from me for a while, unless something bad happens, and I probably just won't stream if that happens. We'll see. But for now, that shouldn't happen, which is cool, because I really didn't like those streams. They made me not proud. So yeah, and hopefully I can get some closure on the ADHD stuff, because that would make my life way easier, because that's the biggest problem I have right now. Which is nice to say, because it used to be the depression thing. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up about me for the first time in a decade, and start talking about other things, the things that I like do that aren't just like existing. So stream, you're watching it. Got him. Oh, you fell for it so bad. You were watching the stream the whole time. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the stream, that's one thing that has never stopped. I mean, Jesus. So the one thing that's good to know and good to keep in mind is that although everything else that I do has fallen apart, and I have done a very bad job of it lately, the streaming is so doable for me. If nothing else comes through, I will probably be streaming until I decide that I really don't want to stream anymore. And I don't see that happening for at least another few years, right? So while YouTube has been dead, Patreon has been dead, anything else has been dead as hell, the stream is gonna keep going, and I'm trying to get it back to more normal times. Like, I haven't streamed in the middle of the night in a while. That's another thing I didn't bring up. My sleep has been better for 1 month now. I've gone 1 month without completely destroying my sleep. It will happen at some point, but it's been good. As far as stream goes, I'm happy with it for the most part. Like, I'm cool with the vibe of everything so far. The numbers are totally okay by me. I mean, there's almost 200 people watching me talk about nothing but myself, so that's pretty encouraging. Chat activity is fine, although you know me, I don't know what would be bad chat activity. You could all shut up for half an hour and I'd just keep talking, because like, that's my job. I need to do that. Like, if I don't do that, then I'm not doing anything. So yeah, all my like number stuff is fine. No one on the planet needs to worry about my numbers yet. We'll get there. But a lot of that is because I am literally only streaming one game 99% of the time. That's Spelunky 2. I'm going to keep streaming a lot of Spelunky 2 because I love Spelunky 2. It is fantastic. It makes me very happy. I am decent at it. And I do really want to keep streaming the game for a while, unless I just like run out of things that I want to do with it. But there are a lot of things that I still want to do. I'm going to do the triathlon either towards the end of this month or start of next month, probably. There are a lot of various runs that I want to get into, like all characters. Once the all characters draft goes through, I'm going to be practicing that category a lot because I want to potentially run it at an event, maybe. We'll see. Might do some other things. I might try some co-op categories, might try all journal entries or something. But yeah, there's still so much to do in Spelunky 2, so I still do really want to play it a bunch. That being said, I am sad that I am not streaming other things, and I want to stream other things. That kind of does fall into the bundle of things that are hard for me to approach, though. Because whenever I pick up a new game, it's not something that I'm familiar with, like the atmosphere and the environment of. I've kind of gotten a grip on games that I'm good at streaming and the games that I'm bad at streaming at this point, which helps a lot. So I do need to at least try and be picky about that, but I am aware that I have not streamed any other game for months, and believe me when I say that I don't want that to be true either. It's more of it keeps things very, very simple for me when I do that. That's the reason why I do it, is because I just boot up Lunky and I do things for a while, and I know that works, right? I know I don't have to, there's nothing unexpected about Lunky, right? Even when it completely stomps me into nothingness, I expect that. That's just how it works sometimes. So once things for me settle down a bit, I'm probably going to be playing more other things, because I would like to play more other things. I don't want to just be stuck in the Spelunky rut all the time. And I mean, on the topic of business and success, anybody who likes Spelunky knows about me by now. If I want other people to start showing up, I need to start playing other games. That doesn't really register for me. It's a point to consider, but you know, I do have to do some amount of work to make sure that I don't crash and burn, because I do this full time, right? I would love to be the streamer, and I try to be the streamer that just ignores everything related to the business and financial side of it, but if I completely reject it all, then I can't do this full time, and then you don't see as much of it, right? So it's something to think about. I try not to be weird about it. By trying not to be weird about it, I probably just make it more weird, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, that's all well and good. On that topic, I do kind of want to look into, so no guarantees about this, I do kind of want to look into more eventy stuff, things like memecraft, I think, are really, really good ways of going about it. I know a lot of people will perceive things like that as sellout, and to be fair, if I didn't care, they would be sellout, but I like putting a lot of effort into something to make like donating or posting bits or gifting subs interesting, so that it like actually hooks into the stream and does fun stuff. And I think the meme crafts that we've done have been good for that. And I've mentioned I want to do a blind meme craft where like a group of you guys and the mods come up with stuff for that. And yeah, I just like to do things like that a little more often so that those opportunities are there, because basically, let's be real, most of you who choose to gift subs or bits or whatever just decide, oh, it's Tuesday, I don't have a lot going on, I'm gonna make Hectic feel weird for a while. Which is fine, you're allowed to do that. Please don't overspend. That's my one rule. Do not spend more than you can. But I'd like to make more like actual kind of opportunities for things like that, because if I can make it interesting and actually integrated, then it's easier for me, it's easier for you, and then it can be fun and cool. So we'll see. Again, that's just mostly an idea right now. Don't take that as reality. Is that a jab at you? That's a jab at all of you. That's all of you do that. It's not specific to any of you. Sometimes you make your own little events where you wait for a day and then you do it, but you all do that. Yes, you do, Uptake. You did it. What was it? 10K bits or something? I forget exactly what it was. No, $100 donation. That's right. And you just decided that you do that with your freaking... I don't remember the specifics. I try to repress the memories, you know? But yeah, anyway, that's the thing that I'm thinking about, is just, I would like to do more eventy things where it's like, hey, this is your opportunity to be a freak and hurt my feelings. So that's cool. And then the last big thing that I've been thinking about the stream is that I do kind of want, at some point, since I've been doing this for so long and maybe doing it for even longer, I kind of want to do like, I hate this word, branding. That's a loaded term. I just kind of want to do a little more than I'm doing on making things like look glitzy and fun. I think a lot of the Spelunky streamers have made me realize that I could be doing a lot of actually kind of fun stuff with my like stream and panels and everything. And so I kind of do want to have something like that, because, you know, there's nothing wrong with a little Coral Hollow Knight background here. I like it. It's fun. It's cute. I like putting the dog in the corner. Then you can see that when you have all the streams up on your following page, you can see the one with the dog and say, oh, that's the Hectic one. Time to keep scrolling. Which is pretty cool. But I do want to have a little bit more going into things, and like, you know, I don't know how far that might go. Maybe Roar will get like a slight redesign or something. I don't know. Trust me, I'm not changing Roar very much. If I added anything to Roar, it would be like a bandana or like colored eyes or something. That's it. That's the extent that Roar will change. There's no complexity on Roar, and that's for a reason, right? I love Roar being as simple as Roar is. It's very good. But also, I might want to get a new emote set every now and then. That's a thing that I talk about a lot, and I still think about a lot. Ideally, if I was like rich and had millions upon millions of dollars, I would love to just get artists commissioned to make new emote sets a ton, right? And just kind of swap them out over time. Then, you know, I wouldn't ever like abandon the flower set. The flower set would always be in circulation to some degree, but I just feel like stuff like that would be kind of fun, just to have a slightly different variation, but still clearly roar, right? So that you don't just like, what is this? Why is there a parakeet in my Hectique set? This is confusing. Cute angry parakeets. All throughout Twitch for as long as you're subscribed. But yeah, we'll see about all that. That's pretty long term. It's just something that's always on my mind, and there may be some flashy, glitzy stuff down the line, potentially, theoretically. So yeah, that's about it for stream stuff that I can think of off the top of my head. Ask questions. If you have questions about things relating to the stream, you can ask them now. If you want to. You don't have to, but they need to be related to the stream. Don't ask me what my favorite color is. I'll murder you. You'll die. That is a joke. Twitch terms of service navigators. That was a joke. I am not threatening violence upon others. I am making a gag. It is a funny, funny joke. So funny. Everyone is laughing. Everyone laughed. Liz, you're not nice to me. What kind of games do I like playing? Spelunky, clearly. If you mean streaming, though, the best games for streams are like kind of open-ended ones where I can do whatever I want. Because when I'm just fulfilling a set of tasks, I get kind of bored. Stuff like Spelunky and Subnautica and Hollow Knight, where I can kind of jump around a bunch and not necessarily do the right thing, is great. Do you want alternate game suggestions? Not now. I will probably eventually have alternate game suggestions. What happened to Subnautica Below Zero? I will still play it. I just played some Spelunky for a while. Will Viewer Game Day ever return? That's for the Patreon section. What's your favorite stream you've ever done? Eggplant World. Can we get FTL streams? Maybe. I might do some FTL. I don't want to be a... Like, it was Northern Lion that prompted me to think about FTL again, and I do want to play it again, but I don't want to... God, I hate copying other streamers. More genre of game? I don't like thinking about it in genres. Because genres can be deceptive. Have you streamed Hollow Knight? You can, if you do !YT, and you head to my second channel, there is a playlist of my entire Hollow Knight playthrough from a year and a few months ago. Will there ever be another chess stream? That's a tough one. I don't think so. I mean, okay, no, there might be chess streams, but you're never gonna see it consistently because streaming chess isn't fun. I haven't played Crosscode. But will Patreon Game Day return? We'll get to it in the Patreon section. Yeah, I've done FTL streams a lot. Play only so much and so often. How have you avoided burnout? Because I don't just play the game to beat it. I don't just play the game to just complete a task. Sometimes I do. So, like, a sub HD was clearly just a goal that I had. But the big thing about Lunky is making sure that you're not doing the same thing over and over again. Because the core of the experience is variety, right? And so if you're forcing yourself into one specific task and forcing yourself to do it one specific way, That eventually is going to make you get very, very tired. Very, very, very tired. So I do a lot of different types of runs. I do them in different ways, and I don't just do the runs. Sometimes I throw a bomb at a power pack in such a way that it hits me, and then I laugh because I think that's funny. And making sure to not get too lost in the margins is very important there. But I almost burned out a fair few times. I just have to not get too competitive or aggressive or anything. Monkey 2 VOD reviews be a thing again. I completely forgot about them. I kind of want to do them again, but I feel bad because I forgot. So maybe. I can play horror games. I'm not going to, though. They don't scare me. Would you stream Celeste? I already have done a Celeste playthrough. I could replay it, but... yeah, I've done Baba Is You. Most likely to replay was Hollow Knight? Yeah, probably. I have not played Gunfire Reborn. Going to play Nintendo Switch games again. So I do. There are some games that I want to play on the Switch. Switch is a little bit more annoying to set up for streams and junk, obviously. So. And I also kind of wish that my PC was a little bit better for stuff like that. Because it's like, it just barely cuts it sometimes, and that's a little sad. I did some randomizers, but I don't like Hollow Knight randomizers. Like it feels... I feel like I need to know things for it to be interesting. Easier to play repeatable games for longer? Yes. Because I can do funny stuff and people can say haha. I haven't played Sword and Shield. I don't really have plans to play any Pokemon stuff ever. I'm not against it, I just don't have any plans for it. I'll probably play UFO 50. I don't think it's my kind of game, but I'll give it a shot because Derek deserves the world. I have played Dead Cells a long time ago. People constantly ask me to play it again, and I might at some point because I played it long before it has all the updates it has now, but... Isn't UFO 50 a plethora of games? Yeah, it's like an arcade cabinet on drugs, as far as I understand. Yeah, Hollow Knight Randomizer is really well made. It just, the way I played Hollow Knight was being an idiot, not knowing anything. And the randomizer kind of digs more into, okay, now you know everything, and now we're gonna screw with it, so you have to get your reading glasses on and push through it a bunch. And that's awesome, but it annoys me, because then I have to know exactly what to do, and I don't like knowing what to do. Yeah, the AMA has become just, have you played games, and you get like another couple minutes of it, so pick your games wisely, I guess. I don't play Monster Hunter. Markale does, though. Markale is a sweet ray of sunshine. She is fantastic. I have not played XCOM or Wargroove. Was Crystal Dash? Dude, okay, but that one, look, you were there, Uptake. The map was bad. You know that was the one thing that I gave myself a pass on. The only thing. Played a Hat in Time. I played it, I did not finish it. JD stream layout, what are you changing about it? I kind of like the simplistic nature of the current one. Let me clarify, that's a good question. I am never going to abandon this stylistic choice of the fact that I want the game to be as huge as possible, and I want the other elements to be off to the sides, transparent, and not too disruptive, except for this guy. He really likes the left arrow key. Just keeps hitting it. I haven't touched the keyboard for a while now. When it comes to branding on the actual stream layout itself, that has more to do with like having a starting soon screen so that I don't just boot up into nothing and awkwardly wait for people to show up, right? Like I can have a clear starting point. having a break screen so that if I take a break, similarly, it won't just be the paused game screen just sitting there. I could have an ending screen, though I'm not sure about that because I like to end my streams very enthusiastically, let's say. Stuff like that, so that it's just not the things. This is fine, right? I don't want to change this because this is when I'm here and I am active and I'm making the stuff as it's going, right? So I don't want to change this too much. Just things that I think aren't as good, which is when I leave and then it's just a freaking paused screen just sitting there. That's not so good, and I kind of want to look into potential alternatives to stuff like that because that's. Ender Lilies. I have heard of Ender Lilies. I don't have any plans to play it. I might give it a shot at some point. We'll see. I just don't look around at games too much. It's called Ato? That's a very simple name. If you have game recommendations, this is not to be mean or anything, save them for like the Discord server, because that's where I usually go for game recommendations. Is I'll post a poll and then people can submit them there. I have a horrible memory, so I'm not gonna remember any recommendations from this chat right here in particular. Is Bitscreen coming back? Honestly, I do kind of want to do Bitscreen at some point. I want it to be a little bit more prepared next time, but I think Bitscreen is just really funny. I really actually like Bitscreen a lot. I wish it wasn't intrinsically like sellout material, but I do really like the Bitscreen. Who's your avatar? Chihiro Fujisaki from Danganronpa. Do conventions, meetups, more IRL interaction, or if there's an IRL Lunky speedrunning event sort of thing? I don't thrive at event settings, right? I think you know that as well as anyone, Markel. I would like to learn to thrive in those settings because they do seem quite good and cool. But I also have to at some point be like, am I really good with this stuff? Things like Avid meetups I feel like could be fun to mess around with a bit more and do stuff with, but I also don't want to put too much on the plate there, right? Because those are very cherished periods of time that we haven't had for a really long time because the world shut down. But we'll see. I think long term, right? Eventually I have to ask myself if I can just play video games all the time and nothing else. How about a Dono goal? I'll do another Dono goal when I feel like something I want to do matters. I'm excited for Slime Rancher 2, yeah. I've played Stardew Valley. What's bit screen? You know how there's a bit cup? Okay, get rid of the cup and all the bits just fall into the screen and just sit there and they can pile up. Is there a story behind your emote character? Somebody sent me a very funny animation where there was a dog with angry eyebrows and I was like, whoa, that's cute. And so I bookmarked it. And then like a very long time later, I asked people if it should be an emote and then I made that. I don't even know who sent me the freaking animation, but whoever did that doesn't know exactly the extent of what they did. Yeah, Bitscreen, obviously the gag is that the entire screen can get covered in bits, and it did, and it lagged to hell. And maybe I'll do it again at some point, but like I said, it's intrinsically sellout, and I don't want to be intrinsically sellout, so that's... I'll have to think about it. Okay, your time is up. You can't ask me any more things. Give in to the progression of this stream. So next up on the agenda is YouTube, and I have to be honest, there's not too much to say. For people who keep asking me if I have quit YouTube, no, I wouldn't say I've quit. I still want to make YouTube stuff, but I don't want to keep doing what I was doing, which is basically just, look at the funny Tualia moment. I'm doing a randomizer. I'm going to make millions of dollars of ad revenue off of children. No, I would like to do slightly more interesting things. Not dramatically more interesting, just like a little bit. I don't know how I want to go about that just yet, because in that facet of not wanting to do exactly what I was doing before, I also kind of want to do things more self-made. Like a lot of you know that I had an editor for all my Terraria stuff. Floats, they are fantastic. I have not spoken with them in a while. It is the saddest thing about not doing YouTube stuff is that I don't get to talk to Floats as much. But I also kind of want to edit some of my own stuff because I think that makes it more personal and that makes it more of like a product of my heart sort of thing. And there are some, ideas that I have for videos that are probably more suitable if I just dug in and got used to it myself. That's why I made some of the like video comparison things, just to start getting my hands dirty with the video editing software, because I got one a while ago from a Humble Bundle, Vegas Pro 15, which is cool. But I do want to look into it. YouTube is always on the mind. The one thing that is changing as we speak is that I'm trying to upload to my second channel more. So when I get like lunky PBs, I'm trying to actually publish them more often instead of just unlisting everything. I also need to put the Subnautica stream on the second channel before I forget. And we'll put other Subnautica streams on the second channel as they happen as well. So yeah. There's not too much more to say than what I have said. I do want to get back to YouTube. I want to put up
I am in love with hectic and I am not afraid to type it in a sub-message.
Well, people who truly love me stick around for 12 months, Santa, so you'll have to Anyway, I think you're here one for 11 months. Nice charity stream. I'm not even gonna say a sub message. Good job. 10K is insane. You were gonna set the goal to $500. Are you kidding me, Santa? You got Derek Yu involved and you were like 500. No, 1,000. Is a lot of money. Yeah, Derek has made that in 8 seconds the last weekend. And you had him on the stream. You're a funny guy, Xana. You're a funny guy. 10K though, wow, how impressive. I played my itty bitty teeny tiny part during the all-star portion where I proceeded to just hold a plasma cannon for most of it. And I got to kill Twiggle! Finally! Yes! Ah! This is a joke. I know people are gonna take it seriously. It's a joke. What channel should you put the game recommendations in? You will want to wait for me to put out a poll, because I usually do a poll where I take game recommendations. Maybe I'll make a channel for that at some point, but for now, the way that I do it is that when I want to take in game recommendations, I put out a Google form, and then you can put games into that form, and then they are stored for me, and then I can go through a list. Which is cool. Yeah, sorry. I got interrupted by a chump who donates to charity or something for kids who are... What's Trevor Project? I forget if Trevor Project is gay or disabled, but either way, good. Yeah, so anyway, I'm not exactly sure how the YouTube return is. It's gay, okay. That's what I thought. Not sure how the YouTube return is going to happen, but it will happen at some point. One thing that I will say is whatever does happen, I am preparing for my YouTube return as though I have 0 subscribers and nobody will watch any of it. I'm not gonna even pretend to think that anything I make can compare to YouTube or to Terraria, right? Because Terraria is literally just millions of children that have nothing better to do. And that is very good for YouTube views. So if you wanna make money off of YouTube, just make anything with Terraria on it and be like 20% funny, and then you're good. You've made $1 million. So yeah, we'll see. Look, I'm not wrong. Okay. So yeah, anyway, YouTube will happen. If you have any questions about YouTube, you can ask. I have a hunch nobody really has any question other than, when do you think you'll come back? And my answer is, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh gosh, I couldn't tell you. When Tarar, yes. Planning on doing more scripted content. I have the idea to do scripted content, yeah. I would like to do, sort of video essay style things, but not like standard video essay style. I don't want to be like how the world changed when somebody beat Mario Bros. A little bit faster than before. When we look at speedrunners, they are very good at games. They're running the games. No, that's stupid as hell. If I do video essays, they're going to be exactly like me talking on stream, where it's dumb as hell and I get distracted, and we might do the Monopoly card one. Hey everyone, Hectic here, back with another Spelunky 2 tutorial. Today, I'm gonna teach you how to kill DT. What you need to do is start erroneously cooking a bomb, and once you establish that you have nowhere to throw the bomb, kill DT. Throw it directly at him. He will die. Are you bashing Summoning Salt? I don't watch Summoning Salt. So maybe I might be. I am bashing video essays that act like freaking museums. Get over yourself. That's not true. I actually don't have a problem with it. That's totally fine, but I don't want to do that because I would rather people be a little bit more engaged. What if DT has more than 11 health? He's probably wearing 2 jetpacks, so he will take 33 damage. No one's ever tested the theory out in practice. They would have to be insane to do something so foolish. They would certainly not be an all-star. Had to end it somehow. Don't worry. The reason why I died as early as I did is A, because I don't use Bladscape, but also B, I didn't want the block to just go over too far. Parts of this to YouTube to update non-stream viewers? No, because they would be very unsatisfied. I don't think they'd be very happy to be like, okay, so you're just gonna do it eventually? Cool. Poor YouTube viewers. Yep. I mean, if they join the Discord, they'll figure it out. Staying a full hour over, though. Yeah, you guys went to Cosmic in 720. You know, Cosmic Ocean's pretty long, huh? Ooh, that was a very good moment. Actually, you know what? I will show one clip from the stream. Just one clip that I found very, very funny. If I can show it. The left arrow key might screw me. Oh yeah, it's fighting me. It doesn't want to play the clip. I can make this work though. Shut up for a second. And don't move the music over like a million feet. Pardon me for how scuffed this is gonna be. I have to launch the clip and then immediately exit the window to another window so that it doesn't screw with itself. So, just, here you go. Is it gonna be loud enough?
I only allow perfection. Pick up the cat and then I'll pick up you.
That's a dog.
That's a hamster, actually.
I saw this clip and I just immediately fell in love. Pick up this cat, that's a dog. If I were making this clip, I would have cut it off at "that's a dog." Personally, I would have just been, I would have just been like, pick up this cat. That's a dog. End clip immediately. What do you plan on playing in the future? I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. Is left arrow Morse code? Maybe. Maybe it's like SOS. Keyboard trying to escape? I mean, it's gonna, right? Oh, is the left key in particular trying to escape? Aw, left key. You should have just told me. You should have just told me, left key. There you go. You're free now. Go. Be the left key you've always thought about being. On the other side of the room. Sweet. Okay. Anyway. As much as the space bar though. God, I'm fighting Olmec. I'm fighting Olmec by going through the door. Okay, so that's it for YouTube. You guys want to get to the really fun one? The really fun one. The Patreon one. Oh no. No. Is that gonna talk about Patreon? Oh no. Uh-oh. I'm the worst. I'm the worst of all time. Let me be the first to tell you that I have, of all the Patreons that have ever been set up in the history of Patreon, mine has easily been the worst. I have done a horrible job, and I think a lot of that has to do with my me misunderstanding what I am and am not capable of doing on a consistent basis. Because there were a lot of ideas that I had that I thought, wow, this will be good. I would like to do this. And then I wound up doing them or not doing them repeatedly and being like, ugh, I'm creating a problem for myself. So, on the topic of the Patreon, the first thing I have to say is, sorry. Ooh, not good. I'm very sorry. For any of you who are still patrons, you are a saint. You should not still be a patron at all. If you want my opinion, you should have jumped ship months ago. Thank you for not doing that. I appreciate it. It's very sweet of you. What the hell, though? I have been dropping the ball super hard. God. However, it's a learning lesson. I don't let these things happen and then just say, well, I'm going to move on from this and pretend it didn't exist. No, it did happen. I screwed up big time. But I am going to take away from this situation some learning lessons. In particular, recognizing that anything that is cyclical at all, I need to be able to do very easily. Because if I get tired one week, I can't just not do all the things every single time that happens, because I get tired a lot. That's a thing for me. So, on the topic of the Patreon, I am going to rework it again, because this is not the first time I've done that. And when I rework it again, I encourage you to look at the rework and decide that if you are interested in it at all, and if you aren't, go ahead and unpatron. In fact, you could do that right now, and there are no hard feelings at all. I have been doing a horrible job, and if you decide that you are not into that, cool, like, that's fine. That's how it works, right? If I do a bad job, you should not feel obligated to stick to it. So it will get a redesign. I am going to try and make it things that are easier for me to do, and that might mean they are lower quality or less interesting. Maybe they'll be more interesting to you. One of the things that I had the idea of that I mentioned in the patron channel is that I'd kind of like to do pseudo podcasty things every so often, where I put out just a video where I talk about a topic for a while playing some random game. and that'll be for patrons only, and you can watch it if you want to, or not watch it if you don't want to. And that's a thing, right? Stuff like that, because that is not hard for me to do, right? I can do that with relative ease. Talking is something that I have to be good at doing. Otherwise, what the hell would I be doing streaming full time? That would be weird. And I'll be looking into stuff more along those lines, because things that are like intrinsic to me and easier to do on a frequent basis are exactly what Patreon should have been in the first place. And I don't know why I didn't realize that. For those of you who have asked, yes, Game Day is going to come back. However, I think when Game Day returns, it's no longer going to be every other week. I think I'm going to make it once a month. I'll see how I want to go about approaching it. I might make it longer. I might make it multiple games. We'll see, but I know that doing it every other week, especially interlaced with viewer Game Day, was stressful. It was a little bit too much to be doing every weekend a different thing than usual. Game Day, Patron Game Day, was a thingamajig that I did before Linky 2 came out, where I would set aside specific days where patrons on my Patreon could join me in some multiplayer party-style game for a stream, and we would do, like, Ultimate Chicken Horse, or, what was that game? Stick Fight something? I think it might have had other stuff. We did Overwatch once. And the idea was that it was something that you could actually physically play with me. Now, granted, you weren't on mic or anything. I didn't pull people into a voice channel because that is too much for me. But yeah, that was a thing I did a while ago through Patreon. And I do still want to do that, but I also have to admit, I was doing it too often. I was sidestepping the normal experience for me a little too frequently, and that was making it more of a stress than an opportunity to look forward to for me. And so when Patron Game Days came around, I was like, oh god, here we go again, right? So I do intend to bring them back. I don't know when they're going to come back. Not yet. I'm not going to give you any dates. That would be not a good idea. But it is on the mind. All of the Patreon stuff is on the mind, and I am going to redesign it at some point. When it does, you will probably get a ping in the patron channel if you are still a patron, just as a heads up that I will be working on it. And yeah, hopefully the result is that eventually Patreon will become this thing that is sort of passive for me rather than super active, because it being super active, it was too much. It was like the cycle of every single month, here's this other thing you need to do, and then this other thing you need to do, and then keep updating the little banner that you put on your videos and streams and stuff. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you keep doing it over and over again, at least for me, it became a lot. That only for Patreon. We had viewer game days where it was not a game that you directly played with me, it was just marbles on stream. Viewer game day, maybe I'll get back to it. It's cute as hell, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, there's just not a lot of games that are very good for it. So we'll see. I'll look into that as well. But the reason I didn't talk about it was because I have no exact plans for it yet. If you're game day Spelunky 2, well, no, you can't do. I could do the Twitch mod maybe, but you're sure as hell not playing with me because that would be safe for Patron Game Day. Might be fun again. At least we can boot up marbles on stream and see how little it has progressed in a whole year. How awful it has become. Yeah, since we're already basically asking questions, if you have any questions about Patreon, you can ask them. Feel free. If the question is, why do you suck so bad? The answer is the last, I mean, you should know by now. You've been here a while. You could do Jackbox and then get banned. Sweet! Epic! Vroom Zoom. This is a true classic. The little carble. Takes ages and is a straight line. I love straight line maps. Thank you, Marbles on Stream. That's exactly what I want, is just marbles rolling down a straight line. Epic. Fantastic. More of that. The Gardic phone blew my mind because I thought, I was so certain it was a Jackbox minigame, and then it wasn't. Which, you know what? Cool. Somebody else had to eventually start making stuff like that. Gardic Phone actually is. Gardic Phone is a game where somebody comes up with a phrase, one person draws it, the next person guesses what it was, then the next person draws based upon that guess. It's just telephone, but every other round is a drawing, and the next round is a guess. And at the end, you either see the last drawing, which is an abomination, or the last guess, which is an abomination. Okay, apparently like 4 of you have individually experienced this concept in different iterations. Congrats. I'm sure you're all right, but I don't know those. Oh yeah, it seems very fun, but no way am I doing that with Twitch viewers as a basis. I have a great group of people here. You're all fantastic. I make sure that you're fantastic because I don't want dumb people mucking up the atmosphere here. But at the same time, I don't trust you. Okay, I think we're good. I don't think anyone has any questions about Patreon. It's a very specific thing anyway. There's not a ton of you who are relevant to it, but it's important, right? It's a money thing. I can't not talk about something that has to do with money. Then I'm a criminal or something. Next up, Discord. Ooh, that's a fun one. So I actually don't have a lot to say about this from my end, and that's for a reason. One thing that I worked on starting sometime last year with Discord is I made it a conscious effort that I don't have to do anything for Discord. Not a single dang thing, because I was doing everything in Discord for so long, and although I was proud of the work I did and happy with everything that I got done, that was unsustainable as hell. So now, I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I think I mention it every now and then. The Discord server operates completely independently of me. I could leave the Discord server and it would still work for the most part. You wouldn't get stream announcements and stuff like that. That would be bad. But the point being that, like, all of the mod team are fantastic. They are amazing. I never have to worry about the Discord because I know all of them are working on it and making sure that everything is fine and cozy and good. It's excellent. It makes me very happy. I know occasionally people have problems with the moderation or disagreements with the moderation of the Discord server. That's understandable. I get it. I'm not changing it. As I see, like, really, like, broad problems that affect a lot of people, that's when I implement changes, right? Because I can't appease everybody. Everybody has a different idea of what they want a Discord server to be. So individually, I understand concerns and complaints, absolutely. But until they are more broadly affecting people, I try not to change too much, because the Discord server right now has been very good for me. I think the mods are not as stressed as they used to be. I'm hoping that they can call me out for being wrong about that, perhaps. In fact, most of the worst stuff that happens on Discord nowadays is completely outside of the actual official Discord server. It usually has to do with something completely unrelated to it, but loosely tied together by a string that's connected and a little bit frayed. So yeah, no, I like freaking Discord is one of the things that I'm happiest about, because I think it's a lot less active than it used to be, which is fine. I don't need it to be super active. I mean, ultimately the Discord server is just a place for you guys to use how you see fit, right? And if that changes, hopefully we can get the idea and then change it so that you can like have those spaces that you want to have to be able to interact with each other and do stuff together, right? Because that's the point. The Discord server, let's be honest, at some point maybe it was to interact with me in some capacity. That's not what it's about anymore. I don't want to just talk to whoever the hell clicks my Discord link, because sometimes it goes fine, other times it's very annoying. I talk in there every now and then, but at this point, the Discord server is more about all of you and what you want to get out of it. On that topic, I haven't taken any feedback on the Discord server in a while. I used to do that on a sort of loose cycle. I have not forgotten about it. It's just not something that I was prepared to set up for me and the mods to do. I'm getting to that point now, where I am probably going to submit another feedback form, and that's going to be A, about any criticisms that you might have, but B, and a bit more importantly, I also want to sort of create more of a consistent stream of feedback on how to potentially change the server and update it, like add channels, remove channels, or whatever. That way I don't have to just ask the mods and then have them be like, well, I see people doing this sometimes, and so maybe that is something. I would like to get more direct feedback or that around that stuff so that we can kind of go through with that, because ultimately that's what I want the Discord server to be at this point. I just want it to be like a reflection of the group of people who decide to be there and who decide to hang out at the streams and stuff. What you guys want to have to be able to do that most effectively is something that I want to start focusing on just a little bit more. So hopefully the Discord server, I'm not going to flip the whole thing every month, right? Like, I'm not just going to make a channel every 8 days or something. But if there's some trend that comes up where it's like there's a thing we're talking about a lot, we can make a channel for it, right? Like we did that for Among Us a while ago, right? I know. It's stay mad. Stay mad. But yeah, that kind of stuff would be good, because I think just leaving everything the same all the time might get a little stale, and people might get a little lost at that point. So yeah, ultimately, as far as I'm concerned, I'm very happy with the Discord server on my end, because it's completely independent, right? It's not a stress for me. It doesn't get to me. I don't have to worry about it. Whatever you guys are doing in there is clearly not a problem, because the mods can handle it just fine. And like every now and then I get a couple mod pings, right? And I check in and it's dealt with. And I'm just like, sweet, awesome. Let me check logs, see what happened. Cool, okay. Anyway. So yeah, no, it's great for me. I would like to make it as good as it can be for you guys too, though. Anyway, you can ask some questions now if you want. If your questions are just, are you going to add this? You can still ask it, but I might not say anything. Ugh. Golly jeez. It's been almost an hour and a half. Wow. I sure can not shut up. It's a move, in fact. Ugh. Although I think my throat is going to start hurting, which luckily we're almost at the end of it. There's just a little more to talk about after Discord stuff. And then we can wrap this up, and I won't actually play anything because you see the left arrow key. Can you get Hectic Lick on Discord? No. I want you to have Hectic Lick on Discord. I want all the bit emotes to be on Discord, but I don't want to just add them, because then everyone uses them. And I just imagine everyone having Ayaya. Imagine how, like, everyone having Ayaya. How you shot the Lightning Hawk more than 3 times. It's a year or 2 old. You can't. They changed it. No, don't worry. I saw Silver. So yeah, I want bit emotes to be on Discord, but they haven't implemented it, so Why can't I use the Discord emotes? Actually, this is something answered in the FAQ, but I'm happy to answer it here, because why not? In order to use the Discord emotes, you need to link your Twitch account to Discord. You can do that by going to your user settings, going to, what's it called? I'll check. Going to connections, and then in the connections tab, you can link your Twitch account to Discord. You did. Are you sure it's up to date? Because if you changed your name at any point in time, then you will not get the emotes. Also, if you just did it right now, it might take a second for it to hook up. Oh, and you need to be in the server. If you're not in the server, it won't know. As long as all of those things are true, then you should get the emotes after just a little bit of time. And then you can use it anywhere, not just in my server. You can use them all throughout Discord for as long as you're subscribed. Sweet. And a month after, yeah. I have it set to the maximum. Calling card where you go? Yeah, no. I really do want to have bit emotes on Discord, but the only option I have is adding them for everybody, and I don't really want to do that. Splunky HD of the memories? No. I don't. Playing HD sucks. I'll do the triathlon. You'll see some HD then, but I do not like playing Spelunky HD as much anymore. I tried doing Jetpack Teleporter in HD. Oh my god. The compass is basically required if you want to go fast. It sucks. In 2, the doors are twice as tall, and the exit subrooms have clear like canopies to them, so you can see based upon what it looks like. You don't have to just guess which side it's on. It's great. But in HD, the exits are just, here's an open room with no special details to it, and there's a door at the bottom, and it's microscopic. It sucks. So in order to do a fast any percent run, which is what I wanted to look into, you need a compass. You can't not have a compass. I don't know when I'll do the triathlon. I'm planning sometime around the end of this month, start of next month is probably when I'll go for it, but yeah. Okay, and with that, I think we're good on Discord. Nobody had too many questions. That's okay. We'll save them for the feedback forums. Last bit is just some other little itty bitty bits at the end that I didn't want to put into any particular categories. Well, I'm going to touch on the big 3. Number 1, pink hair. Dr. Class, you are not here, but if you are watching the VOD, I am so sorry. I think I've already talked about this before, but pink hair was a joke that I made a long time ago, long before anyone could have ever actually done it. But I figured I'd keep the joke going and allow it to still happen, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but then I sucked and went through social anxiety big time and didn't get the pink hair done for a very long time. At this point, I have the opportunity to do so. I just need to think about I don't actually know what I want to do with my hair right now. Part of me wants to keep it long, part of me wants to cut it. I want to make a choice on that before I make it pink, but once I do that, I should be able to just go get it done. So that'll happen, and I'll post a picture somewhere. Sorry it took so long. I have to say that all the time. Hopefully I'll say it less if it's ADHD and I get drugs for it. And also just in general, because hopefully I'll figure out what I can and can't do more easily. Cat stuff, also gonna happen. I do want to get a cat. Once I get a cat, I already have a camera hanging out that I'm gonna hook up, pointing at the cat tree so that you can see the cat every now and then. So you get to have cat cam once I have one. No date for that one. That's gonna take a little bit more effort on my end. But it is still on the list. And cooking streams, wow. I have no idea when cooking streams are gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen this year. It might not happen like for a while next year. I do still want to do them, but there's so much that I need to get done before I would be comfortable trying to tackle that. So that's still going to be a ways out, but it is still on the mind. It has never left my brain space. I do have things ready for it, right? Like I have bought stuff for it, but actually getting down and doing it, that's the hard part. So yeah, and on the topic of those things, I'm gonna stop making so many promises that I can't hold up anymore. Like, Jesus Christ, I did that way too often. By far the worst thing when it comes to me as a streamer compared to others. I'm horrible at it. I did such a bad job. Now I'm starting to understand why, which is good. That's a big help, is kind of figuring out why there are some things that seem harmless, but I can't chip away at. And as a result, now that I'm starting to figure it out, yeah, I'm gonna try and be more particular about the promises I make so that I don't fall into this hole as often. Because I especially don't like making promises based around money and then not following through on it, because then I feel like a scam artist, and that is one thing I never want to seem like, right? And to some extent, I kind of am for doing what I did, and I'm willing to admit to it, and it sucks, and I don't like it. But I promise that it's not motivated by malice, it's more ignorance and negligence to the situation that I'm in. So, yeah, drunk stream, ooh, yeesh. That was a lesson, huh? I never did do a drunk stream, just for people who aren't aware. There was just a big old incident around the idea of doing one that went very, very poorly. And lastly, I did touch on it a little bit earlier that I want to do more event stuff, but I also want more community managed stuff. Some of you have been playing on the community Minecraft server. I don't talk about it too much because I don't want it to be like... I didn't want to directly advertise it too much because then I feel like it's supposed to be oriented around me, which is not the point. I wanted it to be something that the community kind of was just like, hey, you should join the Minecraft server that we play on, and then do stuff on it. Granted, there were some problems. I'm going to take responsibility for some of those problems. Because it is, even if it is not directly managed by me, I still need to be on it, and I need to make sure that it's going well. And there were some hiccups, but that's fine. That happens with every Minecraft server I've established at this point. But I would like to do more stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to do, or rather what you guys are going to do, because the point that I'm making is that I want to do more community stuff. Because the nice thing about community stuff is that, like, you guys can make those decisions independent of me, and you can run it independent of me, and you don't have to run through this awful bottleneck of a human being that is Hectic who says he can do things and then never does. So stuff like that'll be cool. Stuff like the blind memecraft will be nice because, you know, there are some things that are just heightened by the fact that I'm not doing them. Memecraft will be hilarious when I don't know what any of the activations are, right? It'll be on a whole different level, a whole different meta. And yeah, stuff like that is neat, and I want to look into more of it. But we will have to see, because I don't want to dig into that just right now, because I got a lot of stuff going on with me. But once things settle down and become less particular on my end, there will be a lot of opportunities to start digging into the things that I've been talking about here. And hopefully, you knowing about them and hearing about all these things, I don't know if I want to say is exciting. That sounds weird, but hopefully it is encouraging. And if you were feeling down about the Hectic future, maybe it's a little more positive at that point. Now that you've heard all the plans I have and what's going on with me, and that I have drugs. Woo, drugs. Anyway. That's the end of my notes. I'm done. So at this point, I guess just ask whatever, and I'll answer some stuff, and then we'll end the stream, and it'll be cool. Woo! Oh yeah, Uptake. You're gonna spend minimum 10 hours on it. If you're anything like me, at least. I spent 10 hours on the first Memecraft. Just getting everything working and then coming up with all the ideas. Your video game musician soundtrack? That's a question I cannot answer. I don't have a favorite. I would say the one that gives me the most mileage is the Dust Force one, because it kind of fits the atmosphere I want to go for the most when I have to play a certain soundtrack. I also really like a lot of the Ridiculon stuff that came out with Repentance. I think they kind of went above and beyond with that stuff, which is cool. Lose all their channel points and make me #1 again. Deadly would have to agree to that for that to work. So, good luck. We'll see. I can't just force Deadly to use their points. Well, it would be hard anyway. I would have to hack their account, which is probably against the terms of service, if I had to guess. If I had to go off on a hunch here. 10, 20, 140. That's a few. What are you at, Uptick? Might be against us, you can say. 922, not bad. Stuck around 300k, dang. It's okay, you can't use them on anything. They're worthless. Oh. Destroy the universe or something? Nah, you can highlight your message. Think about it. It'll be highlighted. It'll have like a little red on it, or purple, depending upon what Twitch chat you're using. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Whoa! 1 billion points. Think about it. Ay. Channel points are funny, man. Into blind meme craft at all? They maybe? I don't know. Does CCI even allow that? I know it didn't exist when I was doing it, so. That being said, we probably should not, because holy smokes, that would be, some people have a lot of channel points. I don't know if you noticed, Deadly has 1 million. That would be, they could do a lot. I'll have to think about if we even want to do the free commands, because, boy, that was a thing. Could you make more channel point things? I could, I'm probably not going to. We'll see though. All the time because work and stuff, you know, that's fine. I am glad that people find ways to work me into their schedule, no matter how infrequently that is. Some people show up hardly at all, but they still do it. That's pretty cool. Hoard too much to be able to spend them, exactly. Exactly. Now you're under my spell, and you don't want to use your channel points. It's perfect. To make you play Liz, true. Yeah, no, it's a system. Acknowledging infrequent lurkers? Yeah, absolutely. All the dang lurkers are great. There are some lurkers who have been here since before Terraria. That blows my mind. That will always and forever blow my mind. And, I'm not one of them streamers who... And this isn't a diss. It's gonna sound like a diss. I'm not one of them streamers who's dependent on chat activity. So... Lurk as much as you freaking want. If you all shut up for like half an hour, I would still be streaming and making jokes and stuff. Because freaking... Yeah, of course. could ever make you shut up. I could ban you. That would work, but that's a lot of effort because then I have to unban you and then I have to mod you. You have to commit? You know I'm not good at committing to things. So that was this whole update. Ay. Update stream. Sorry I don't do anything. I'm gonna do them. Yeah, some of you have been around for like a year or two now. You get to pretend that you're OG. When did you start streaming? Late 2013, early 2014. I've been around a bit. Success tree before brutally exploding. I'm so sorry, but also mighty close. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it! And there's nothing you can do to stop it unless you quit. When did you start playing Spelunky? Late 2013, early 2014. Yeah, you guys think you got a funny thing. I've been streaming for around a third of my life. Just got here was the TLDR. There is no TLDR. You have to watch the whole thing, I'm sorry. if you want the updates, have fun. It's an hour and a half. Although I might throw it on the second channel unlisted and put timestamps for people. So if you only want to look at certain things, you can give it a shot. You're 30 years old? No, I've been streaming for about 7.5 years. I'm 22. Been at this whole thing a while. But I have not been doing it for 10 years now. We'll get there soon. In 2023, towards the end of it, I'll probably do some special stream to commemorate doing this for around 10 years. That'll be an interesting one. But yeah, we are ending for those of you who are showing up now. I have wrapped up the update talk. I will probably pull this vid, put it on my second channel unlisted. And you can, well, I guess I probably shouldn't make it unlisted because then you would have to be in like the Discord or something. So it'll be there. I'll post it. And I will timestamp each section for you so that you can skip around as you desire. Why not my first one? Because this is not the kind of content that I want to put on it. And this did not include very much info for them, so the YouTube was a little bit brief. So if you missed it, it'll be on the second channel and it will have timestamps and you can go through it and you can skip the parts where I talk about me and go straight to the part where I talk about Spelunky. What's the link to the second channel? Do !YT and then it'll give you both. And you can look at them, and eventually there will be a video on the second channel. But I think I should probably call it, because at this point, I'm rambling. Well, the whole thing was rambling, but some of it was relevant to rambling. So, take that one to court. Thank you all for sticking around. I am surprised at how many of you actually showed up for this. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I am. I was expecting like 50. So, thank you for listening to me blab on for a while. I hope some of this was helpful. I hope some of it was encouraging. I hope that if you were pissed off at me about something, now you're just less pissed off. Like a little less. Or maybe you're more mad, I don't know. I feel like if people are mad at me, that only grows over time. So, yeah. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for listening. If you missed any particular section, not a big deal. I'm gonna put this on the second channel and I will cut up little timestamps for you so you can go around to the parts you care about, or you can watch the whole thing, whatever. But yeah, that's that. Thanks for coming. I was intending to play some Spelunky, but in case you didn't notice, my left key just keeps pressing. I'm not doing that. That would be weird as hell. That is happening because this keyboard, I think, is finally falling apart. But I got a new one. Hopefully it'll come here tomorrow. If not, you might miss a day or two of streams because I can't stream without a keyboard. Or at least I can't stream with this keyboard doing this all the time. I can't even mash the left key because it's too busy already being pressed. There. So yeah, thanks for hanging. I'm gonna wrap this up now. You're all very cool. I appreciate you a bunch. Hopefully good changes come in the future. I don't see why they wouldn't. Things are getting a lot better for me lately. So yeah, very cool. Thanks for hanging. More Spelunky relatively soon. I'm gonna scoot now. Go away. Leave. Oh wait, no, !social. If you're not in my Discord, you can join it. I announce my streams there and post other information. Why the hell would you be here if you're not there? This stream is like, whatever. You get the, I'm leaving. Bye! Can I not click the stop streaming button? Let me click it. No, I can't stop.